Basing on the topic United to Overcome Spiritual Oppression, today's preacher Monica Arinaitwe at Kakumba Chapel, Chambogo University encouraged Christians to cease from worrying, find comfort and peace because God gave us power over everything, including the devil, adding that worry and anxiety are all weapons of Satan to keep us from experiencing the full life that God has for us. These emotions can be overwhelming and keep us paralyzed.
Do you know that you are the cause of your spiritual oppression? Because if you know the power that lies within you, then you will not be oppressed by anybody. You'll be able to put on your antennas and command your angels to take control of your territory. Amen. So because we have forgotten who we are in the image of God, we are living like civilians. What causes us to panic? What causes you to panic and think that God is not in control? Now, one of them is our spiritual growth. As a Christian, work on your spiritual growth. Wickedness cannot promote growth.
The same theme as at Kakumba Chapel, United to Overcome Spiritual Oppression, guided the sermon at All Saints Cathedral, Nakasero in Kampala. The preacher, Reverend Jasper Ahimbisiwe, reminded Christians to invite God into their midst, for it is by him that they shall succeed in fighting battles and challenges. The teaching was derived from the book of Acts, chapter 12, verses 1 to 11.
And I will talk as a person. Why? Because the reality of the devil and his agents wanting to hit you, to kill your children and devour them is real. You may not see it, but I can assure you there are things happening even now that if you knew, you would begin praying without ceasing. Meet that greatest darkness so that you will walk in the light of the Lord. Believe in that God who makes every chain, no matter how long it has become, for that chain to fall off.
Ryder Mills, who was the preacher at St. Francis Chapel, Makerere University, discouraged the idealization of preachers and encouraged Christians to embark on understanding God.
Because we were taught to walk with God by a human person, which is a gift that God gives us, is that he teaches us to walk with him through getting to walk alongside one another. We make that person sometimes into an idol, whether that's a pastor or a leader or some other person in our community, that we believe that we can only relate to God if that person is teaching us. And so we need more than just preference in the church. We need to hear from the Lord his vision for his people and hold to that rather than holding to any one of our preferences or our opinions or our own way. That in his tenderness towards us, in his mercy and grace and forgiveness towards us, that is meant to soften our hearts toward God, to receive him into our life, but also to soften our hearts towards our brothers and our sisters. That we would love one another, that we would be a community that prays together and that goes through both the good times and the bad times of life together.